Hey, hello. How are you? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I just wanted to go ahead and come on here real quick. First, if you are new to my page, let me introduce myself. I am Esty Marie, the founder of Arts Reach Consulting, which is a culturally responsive arts integrated space for you to share the joy of art with your students. So, what do we do here? We make learning fun. We bring poetry and visual art to you in a new and innovative way. So, that is a little bit about me, former classroom teacher and full time creative extraordinaire, right? So, what I wanted to do today is quickly come on here and share with y'all a few things. So, it's the holiday season, right? And I wanted to do something that would be beneficial for educators out there because I mean, I have talked about it before where I've mentioned, our curriculums are very Eurocentric. And I'm a very big believer that representation matters and showing students people who are successful, who look like them, allowing them to study people who look like them is very much important. And that shouldn't be something that happens for them when they get to college, right? They shouldn't have to wait until they're in the college space before they begin to see and study artists and people who look like them. So I have decided to go ahead and do 12 days of living artists that you can look up and study with your students. So I'm going to introduce these things to you now. You have throughout the break and all these things, to go ahead and look over it. But I wanted to go ahead and share this with you because I thought it was a great way to go ahead and let y'all know and take away some of the guesswork because it's one thing to make a complaint about the system, right? The system is very Eurocentric. The system is not supporting students of color, right? Okay, but then what are the solutions? We got to be solutions oriented and we have to begin to look at things that we can do. What are the small steps that we can take in order to begin to push towards those changes or move towards those changes? And so I said to myself, this is a great way for me to go ahead and share a little something with y'all and allow y'all to take it how you know, right? So the first artist that we will be going over, and I'm going to do one a day. So this is not going to be, I'm not going to be before you long. But the first artist that we are going to get into in this 12-day series goes by the name of Warsan Shide. And I hope I said that correctly. I practiced a few times. Warsan Shide. She is a poet born in Kenya to Somali parents. So, and now living in London, I believe. So she is a poet who has been doing amazing things from, getting an inaugural African Poetry Award to collaborating with Beyonce, being featured on the Lemonade album. Like the girl is doing things. And I highly recommend her work if you are a school or if you're a teacher who has a classroom that has a heavy refugee, immigrant, migrant population, right? And a lot of her work speaks to that. And so I think she's a great person to look at, and her work is great to look at because it now gives voice to some of those things that students may not always feel like anybody understands what they're going through. So it's a great way to kind of bridge that gap and solidify and affirm their identities. And I also want to preface that you would want to do your due diligence in reading the work first and building up the capacity for your students to be able to look at this work. So what does that look like? That means having conversations about appropriate and inappropriate comments, things like that. Now you know your students, you know their behavior, you know their maturity levels. I would highly recommend front loading those types of conversations with them first before you just jump right in to examining her work or doing any type of lesson behind her work. And I will also say, if you want something that's kind of already pre-filtered for you, Facing History has her work on there. So there is um, an article on Facing History that speaks to her poem Home, speaks to the themes of being a refugee and being undocumented. So it has a lot of these topics there. So that's a good place to start if you're like, time is of the essence and I'm not sure I have the ability to filter through all of her work in this moment. I get it, I understand. But hey, head over to Facing History, and there's information right there for you, ready to go. Right? So that is our first artist in the 12 series. I am super excited to share these things with you, and let me know if you've ever heard of her. If you was, let me know in the comments. And I hope you will come back over the next 12 days and partake in the other artists that I will be sharing. And since we are still kind of early in the day, I wanted to let you know, if you've not already registered, it is not too late to go ahead and register for our upcoming webinar. That is tonight at 7:30 Central Standard Time. So feel free, join us. Culturally Responsive Arts Integration. I would love to see you in these Zoom streets. Come holla at me, and I will see you in the Zoom room. If you are not already following, go ahead and follow arts.reach.consulting on Instagram. Join us over there. And sign up for our monthly newsletter. I've got some great things coming your way, and I would love to see you and connect with you. So hopefully you enjoy looking at her work, and go ahead and check out her feature on the Lemonade album. All right. I will see y'all later. Bye.